Hello everyone, welcome to part 3 of the Blind Bald Bloke. Basically, the last 2 videos I've done was getting you up to speed of my diabetes diagnosis, where it struck me in life. So it's about 3 months now after getting my diagnosis. So I'm going to skip a little bit now. So carried on through the year as normal, just like normal family. Everyone was getting on with their life, busy lives. Went on holiday to Jamaica in Cornwall. Beautiful, peaceful place. And that was about 2019. Then we got into 2020, and that's when shit hit the fan, as everyone knows. So then come the darkest day of my life. Basically, it was October, I believe it was the 10th, and it was a Saturday night. I went to bed as normal. And on the Sunday morning, I woke up and the walls were black. Literally as quick as that. It was black. I can't remember what I thought, but I remember the wife phoning the hospital. Now this is in COVID. So they told me we had to go straight up to the hospital, Great Western Hospital. They put us in a tent out the back of the hospital. People was coming in to see us, all booted up, masks, gowns, breathing apparatus. Quite frightening for my wife. Terrifying for me because I didn't know what was happening. Then they took me into the main hospital. Looked in my eyes and that, got a surgeon to come down to see. He then got another consultant who was an eye specialist. Then basically all it was my blood vessels burst in my eyes. Your eyeballs are full of gel, so all the blood mixed in with the gel. That was it. I can't honestly tell you what I thought at the time because I don't remember, but it must have been terrifying. Anyway, so I go back to the hospital the next day. Sam and me seen a specialist. His name was Mr. Abu Mata. Brilliant man. He said, "Mr. Watts, we've got to bring you in." So they took me in hospital. They done lots of laser surgery on my eyes, basically cauterizing blood vessels that was leaking in my eyes. That was painful, really painful. It was like someone flicking your eyeballs with an elastic band. And this went on for hours, literally. Then I had a couple of days rest. It was back in laser surgery. Then eventually he got the bleeding under control. So that was that really. I haven't had time to think about it at the time, that, because being in hospital, having all this done and that, family and that, they must have been petrified. Then went on further days, and everything that done to my eyes was in days, not weeks or months. So literally a week after them doing all their laser surgery, they took me in hospital. They removed my lenses in my eyes. They put new lenses in. Then again, it's back to laser surgery. By this time, everything wasn't black. It was like a beautiful, dark, black night with lots of little sparkling stars. And that is literally what I was seeing. The sparkling stars was the impact points of the lasers. So that was how I was living after about 3 weeks. I think I then went into a bit of a depression. And that, well, I did go into a depression. Yeah, not a bit. I did go into depression. And that, But again, I was worrying about the family because they was frightened for me. But each week then, I was going up to the hospital, literally little things being done, laser surgery again. Then they started giving me injections to try and halt the bleeds altogether. And unfortunately, in the United Kingdom, everything medically done to people on our National Health Service is governed by a group of people called NICE. They determine what treatment gives to a human being. And under NICE's regulation, I was allowed 4 injections. And if the injections didn't work after the 4th one, they wouldn't give you no more. He was basically left to be blind. But by the grace of God, Mr. Abumatter was part of a test for an American drug company, and he got them to sponsor all my treatment. So basically, as weeks rolled on and on and on, I ended up having injections in both my eyes every month, and this went on for about 3 years. Every month I had over 78 injections. It was unbelievable. And the company was paying for the bills and that. I'd never met them to even thank them. And apparently there's another girl in my town who was on the same trials. So we was 2 lucky people. I spent a few more days over the next couple of years in hospital. Then one day, I thought, I got to get positive. I got officially registered as blind in the United Kingdom. They call it seriously sight impaired. They don't call it blind, but there's 2 categories for classifications. And seriously sight impaired means you're blind. Mr. Matters explained to me, he goes, there's thousands of blind people in this country, but they're not all blind. He said they'll have sight in little areas, they'll see shapes, they'll see shadows. And eventually I understood what he was saying. For me, it was a little bit different. My left eye is completely ghost. It's just looking through white frosted glass. My right eye, I got a little bit of what I call sight right in the middle, like a dot, but I can't see things. I can see shapes. So if a person sat in front of me, I could see a human shape, but I couldn't describe what the person was looking at. But once I got registered as blind, the Royal National Blindness Institute sent a man to my home. Then for a period of 3 months and that, he used to come to my home and take me out, and he taught me how to use a white walking cane. That was scary. He took me around streets, took me shopping, coffee shops. He took me to our town centre to use stairs. And as the weeks went on, it was amazing to get that little bit of freedom back. Rather than being like a wet blanket sitting around all the time. So that went on for about 4-5 months. Then I had other people turn up at home. I'd done things from home. They made me a dark room, which was good. I got £10 off by local council tax because I had a room which was for an illness, which I thought, brilliant. And funny enough, which I find quite funny in that, I got half-price TV licence. You wouldn't believe it, would you? Blind, registered severely blind, got a half-price TV licence. Hell, that was good. I then got out financially as well. Then I just got on with a living. I used to walk to the shops, coffee shops, using my cane, tap, 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 as I went and that. Wife was good and that. She used to be by my side and that. And when I was losing concentration a bit, I could just take hold of her arm. And friends, exactly the same. If someone was with me and that, I tried to walk without holding on to their arms. I didn't grip their arms, it was just guidance and that. But yeah, then you realise what the world is like and that. And it's not a bad world. When we see, we miss things about people, about the humanity in people. I have never ever met a person who was rude to me for being blind. You hear people stepping to the side and say, carrying on. You hear mums calling their children and say, let the man pass. But when we see, we don't see all this. So that was it. I'm quite well. But don't forget, I'm also dealing with all my diabetes issues and that. So yeah, time's going on. And that. So yeah, that was started in, like I said, in 2020. So yeah, we're about 2 years now in 2022. Yeah. Well, that's it for this period. Thank you all very much. Thank you.